Can you imagine asking to get traded from a team and they win the Stanley Cup 3 months later?
That would stink.
That would stink.
That would.
And you were in the building.
And you're in the building. I can't believe you were in the building.
In the building. But it was Game 6.
Yeah.
It was Game 6, so they couldn't win it that night.
Oh,
If we went to Game 7.
Okay.
Okay,
fair
we're
enough.
there, and everyone's like, no one knew what really happened. And me and Mazik, you could hear a pin drop in that building.
Yeah.
And me and Maisie are like, hugging each other. We go to
Thank
the back.
God.
We go to the back of the suite. We're like,
Quietly
we're
just
just
shaking it.
fire pumping it. We go to the bar that they all go to, and we're like, tough one, eh, boy?
Clearing the crease. Oh. Clearing the crease. Aye,
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Clearing the Crease podcast, powered by Ozone. Well played, and we are well played in the lounge here, alongside the Stanley Cup winner, Mike Commodore, the Calder Trophy winner, Andrew Raycroft. I'm James Cballski, and this edition, we are bringing back the official friend of the show. Is that fair?
I think that's very fair.
No one's made more appearances on the Clearing the Crease podcast, powered by Ozone, than Matthew Barnaby. The one thing I was kind of thinking, we kind of went down memory lane the last time you were on, talking about all the different teams, and you kind of pointed out that hey, they're all non-playoff teams. But did you ever miss not playing in Canada? That feels like a miss for your personality.
Yeah, first of all, Stanley Cup champion, Calder, off-ice guru, all right? I set up a lot of parties for these teams.
Yes.
All right? That's kind of my trophy that I
The glue guy.
Yeah, but listen, I would have loved to play in Canada. And the only chance I really had it, I'd been rumored to be traded to Ottawa
Oh my
for
God,
years,
yeah.
like, so many times. And my buddy I actually went to high school with in Ottawa, on the Quebec side, it was Philman Wright, but he was a trainer for Ottawa. So every time we'd come into Ottawa or he'd come into Buffalo, they carry the trunk with all their extra stuff, and he'd look down the hall, and I'd always look, his name was Woody, and he'd hold up the jersey, and he'd have a 36 Barnaby jersey on the back, and then he'd stick it back in his car, and I'd start laughing. So it was always a rumor that I was going there.
Yeah.
Never came to fruition, but...
Was it close, though?
It was very close during the lockout in 2004.
Yeah.
I was becoming a free agent. I get traded from the New York Rangers to Colorado. We go there. I do the playoffs there. Then there's a lockout. So you still negotiate, but we knew there was a lockout coming. So I had a choice to wait after the lockout or sign before the lockout was over. I got a great deal from Chicago Blackhawks. I signed, but we were in talks with the Leafs. We were in talks with Montreal, Ottawa. So in hindsight, the worst thing I ever did was sign with the Chicago Blackhawks. Because I played there 1 year. Well, we missed the lockout year. Played there 1 year. Got locked out. Got bought out the year after that. So, in hindsight, if you could sign in Toronto or Montreal, two amazing alumni, you're set up.
You got a pretty good setup right now, but you'd be.
I have a
crushing
great
it.
setup now, but I don't know. Going to Montreal every second weekend for an event, or Toronto, pretty damn
Well,
good.
Razor, you can speak to, Commie, you played obviously in Calgary and Ottawa, but
Yep.
the Leaf rub.
Oh, yeah.
Even to this day, and not like you were here for 10 years, but what was it?
No, just 2 years, yeah. It's that alumni part of it it's different. It certainly is. You can imagine the scrum Barney would have on a Saturday night after a big win. Or a big loss, even better.
I played junior in Montreal and Quebec City. I know some places. But it's funny, like Winnipeg, when they're in the playoffs, and Calgary, the Red Mile, you see all the people outside, and people are making a big deal. And I played in Buffalo. It's an unbelievable spot. I just miss the playoffs. I don't miss playing hockey every single day because I had to fight all the big guys, right? And it's not fun knowing you're going to work and you might break your orbital bone or break your jaw, your nose. Obviously, it's a little crooked. But you look at Buffalo, it's awesome in the playoffs. The fans are going nuts outside. Now they're moving on. It's just absolutely awesome. But look at Montreal when they're in the playoffs. There's like 1 million people outside. It's not 1,000.
Yeah.
It's like 1 million. It's not even a sport in Montreal. It's a cult, a religion. So yeah, I do regret not playing in Canada.
If you could pick one, maybe it's Ottawa, but if you could pick one team in Canada, which one would it be? You just get one.
Parle français.
Oui, tu parles français. Moi
Hey,
aussi.
Montreal, the women of
good choice.
Montreal, I'm coming for you. Well played.
Sorry, Ottawa.
Well played. Yeah, not a chance.
That is well played.
But it's funny how, we look at, we've talked about the cons of playing in Canada where it can be a lot when they're losing. And, this past year was a real example of that with a lot of teams missing out. But Commie, I still have people when I get mentioned, I say watch the podcast or listen to the podcast, and people associate you with the Flames so much.
Yeah.
And you were there for how many games? 19?
18 games in the regular season and 20 in the playoffs.
Right,
Yeah, but
former
two great
Flame
ones.
Great. Yes.
I had a couple of really good games. No, it's crazy when I go back to Calgary. I still get it. I go back to Calgary quite a bit because my parents are there, so I'm in and out of there. And people still to this day, especially if my hair's longer, they'll come up and, yeah, you were a great Flame. And most of the time, I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
I laugh. And, every once in a while I'll be like, yeah, greatest 18 games of my life. And they look at me, they're like, what? I'm like, I played 18 games here. They're like, you were here for 3-4 years, weren't you? And
I thought so too. I'm not lying. I'm sitting in Calgary has an Alzheimer's event, and I always see Commie out there, and we're always on the patio, we're talking. And it's like, hey, Barnes, you want to stick around for the alumni tournament that I run? Now I'm like, how the hell are you running an alumni tournament playing 19 games? I don't even know anyone from the Sabres or Colorado that played 19.
It's a real
I
good
didn't even learn
question.
their name.
Nobody else wanted to is the answer to that question, but yeah, it's going on a run in Canada. We've talked about it. Playing in Canada was awesome, and I was only there. The Calgary experience was unbelievable from start to finish for me. Now the Ottawa experience was a little different because we were struggling, but we did make the playoffs and
Led the team in scoring in the postseason for Ottawa.
like we were talking about before we got started here. If I'm leading the team in scoring, we're getting swept.
Hey, it reminds me, I've talked to you about it before, but Bobby Holik said the same thing. In our New York Ranger team, our payroll in 2000 to 2003 was between $92 and $94 million. We just eclipsed this 25 years later in the league. Bobby Holik once said, same to your fact, I'm sitting on the bench. We gave him $9.5 million a year for 5 years.
Crazy.
Bobby Holik's a great player.
He is a great
One of
player.
my favorite teammates I've ever played. Doesn't drink, just very honest, and he calls it the way it is. But I'm sitting beside him on the bench in practice, and we're working on power play, and they're like, first unit. And Bobby looks at me and goes, Barney, did they not watch me play for 10 years? I'm like, I think they did. They gave you 45 sheets, buddy. He's like, if Bobby Holik, your third-line center and first penalty killer, we probably win Stanley Cup because I'm good at that. If Bobby Holik, first center, first line, first power play unit, we don't make playoffs. He goes, you can book your trip to Aruba now. We're not making playoffs.
That is wild, that team you're talking about, Bobby
That's an
Holik and
understatement.
Bobby Holik was making Darnell Nurse money 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So chew on that, everybody. But that team, Eric Lindros, Mark Messier, Brian Leach, Mike Richter, Pavel Bure, there's a cavalcade, Theo Fleury, Peter Nedved, a cavalcade of Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and you missed the playoff. What? The HE double hockey sticks happened in there.
We didn't miss the playoffs. We missed them by a long shot 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. I'm everyone's I'm so excited. I'm going to play in the playoffs in MSG. only playoffs I got in MSG was the buffet upstairs after we were done. It was awful. And unbelievable place to play, unbelievable place to live, great fans, and the guys were great. The difference between that team is we just had too many guys doing the same job. We had, everyone was a superstar. And you watch, you need guys on your third guy line to check the other team.
Especially back then.
Yeah.
It's a different game
It-
back then.
different
too.
game, right?
You might
Heavy.
be able to get away with it now, but back then you needed grinders.
Absolutely. And we had tough guys. We had Dale Puritan, Chris Simon, Steve McKenna. That guy's a wacko. That guy should
When he
be-
was in Hartford, it was
I heard.
it was a disaster.
He should be locked in a cage
Yeah.
somewhere. And I love him. He's a great guy, but
Animal.
whacked. Just whacked. Yeah, we had a really, really tough team as well. But I think when you go, you got Pavel Bure that comes in, he's played 24 minutes or 23 minutes his whole life. That's what he's used to. First power play, whatever. You come there, and we have Lindros, we have Theo. Everyone's used to playing 23, 24 minutes. They come there, you could only have 3 guys on the first line. Everyone's been a first liner their whole life, and now they're looking at their stats, and their stats aren't as good because they're only playing 14 or 16 minutes. They aren't on the first power play. So just subconsciously, not that they weren't trying, I just didn't feel everyone was giving that extra effort because of the position that they were put in. Roles are important in hockey. Yeah. It's very important. So great guys. Wasn't a team that hung out a lot together because you're in New York. Everyone has like their little cliques, and the Russians had their cliques, and I say the big guys had maybe their little cliques, and some guys didn't get along together. They were cordial, but it's really sad that we didn't make the playoffs because we had what a place.
What and who was the high salary on that team?
Lindros, I think, at 10.
So Lindros at 10, right behind him Bobby, and then everybody was stacked in there from like 8 to 10.
Then it was like 5 to 9, 5 to 8.
Okay.
Fleury was 8-5. Leachy was probably 5. Mess was probably 5. Nedved 4.
Okay. Guys just
Matthew,
making money.
Matthew was at the bottom of the slide. just as you jump off, I was like, I get paid too. I signed in Tampa and they traded me there because Torts didn't like me. And I just signed a 3-year deal, a good 3-year deal for what I was doing. Scored 4 goals the year before. Used to come in with like my gun and my mask every second week. I'm like,
hey, hold them
I
up.
want my check.
Give me all your money.
Give me my money. I'm playing 3 minutes a night making $1.8 million. I'm like, this is unreal. God bless America. Like I was like the girl that sings the national anthem in Philly Heart. Lord, yes, America. And then I go to New York. I'm like making $1.8 million. I'm like, I can't even afford rent here.
Right.
You gotta live in New Jersey.
I was part of the bridge and tunnel crowd coming across. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, all the big guys were like, "Hey, let's go for dinner." I'm like, "No chance. Give me like $3 grand. $1,000 to park in the car."
I'll come if you guys are paying for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us some Mayday stories. Not the training camp, not the fight one. We've got those ones. But for everyone. When he's with Brad May, I've done this a few times with the weekends on the trips, and it is literally the funniest thing. For a guy like me that likes to hang out kind of on the periphery, I just wound these 2 guys up and like sat over here and watched the scene. So give me some Mayday stories, because I know you love him more than anything in the world. He's an unbelievable guy, but you are antagonistic, to say the least.
The time I was on the last time, was it the one where we fought in training camp?
Correct.
That's the one.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I have so many.
I know, that's why I want to go there.
A couple might not be allowed to be told. They're just.
We'll move on past those two.
Yeah. When I pooped my pants in Chicago, we're going to leave that one out. It's a little long. Dennis Rodman was involved. Chris Chelios was involved. A bar was involved, and I got roofied. So you can Drake Hotel. Red velvet carpet all the way up. Well, just imagine Matthew Barnaby, no pants, poop down his leg, dress shoes, and Maisie holding my arm, getting into the hotel. But we're not going to tell that one because that's embarrassing. I can say, though, another one in Chicago. It seemed like everything was in Chicago. And I have a great Alabama story, but that cannot be told. If you ever, anyone out there, if you ever just see Brad May, all you have to go up to him and say, Alabama.
Oh, boy.
And
I didn't think you were going to go there.
The country to find me. So we're in Chicago, afternoon game. We play. I don't know if we win or lose. Win or lose, hit the booze, right?
Yeah.
So we asked Chili, we're like, hey, where do we go? It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Good guy to ask.
He goes, go over to my bar. So we go over to his bar, and then we go out after. Sends us to another place. So we go to Walter Payton's.
Yeah.
Just a sports bar, nothing big, and we have dinner and drinks, and we're talking, and then we see some girls at the bar. We start talking to them, and they're like, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" We're pretty proud, we're trying a little cocky, not Maisie, but I was, and we're like, "Oh, like, oh, are you guys gonna fight Probert?" We're like, "Of course we're gonna fight Probert." I'm scared out of my mind. So I'm like, "I'll bet you $1,000, Maisie, that I fight Proby first." He's like, "Deal." Now we're cocked. Now it's 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock at night. We're buckled.
Yeah.
We're playing the next day.
Yeah.
And he literally, he's like, "Are we gonna do this?" I go, "Yeah." So we get on the ice and we're on the same line. So Proby comes down in front of the net. I give him a little shot. I'm like, "Let's go." I'm scared out of my mind. I'm
Yeah.
scared out of my mind. It's Bob Probert.
Yeah.
And he comes, he's like, okay, let's go. Maisie comes flying out of nowhere and like jumps on top. We're rolling around on the ground. So no fight. We all go to the box. Another guy comes in, so there's two of them, two of us. We're looking there. I'm like, it was mine. I had it. He's like, no chance. I got him first. A couple shifts go by, go on, in front of the net again. Maisie like face washes him. They're going at it. I come flying in the middle. I'm trying to get at him. We're all wrestling around. We all go to the box. Proby looks at us and he's like, what the hell are you guys doing? I was like, I'll kill you both. I look at Maisie. I go, bet off. Like this is done.
That's enough.
We don't need $1,000.
Yeah. Yes.
My wife's
For
buying
$1,000
purse right now. Like we don't need $1,000 that bet. I'm like, yeah, bet's off. So neither of us fought him at all. At all. It just went away. I never went near him again, except for when I was on the bench the one time. Ivan Halinka was our coach. I sit there the whole game. Don't play one shift. Now they got Brad Brown, Jim Cummins, Proby, and I'm yelling from the bench, and I'm yelling, you hypocristian, and he's a very religious guy, obviously, and I'm like, you only touch the Bible in your hotel room, and he's looking over like he's, sorry, Stu Grimson I'm yelling at.
Grimson.
Yeah, Stu, yeah, yes.
So not
very
Grimson,
devout.
yes.
Yeah.
And Grim Reaper. We named the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
They had the Grim Reaper on the team too. So literally we're down 5-0 with like 3 minutes left. I haven't played a shift. My skates are untied. I've eaten 2 hot dogs between periods. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Ivan Halinka, great man, God rest his soul, but he didn't appreciate me as a player. Most coaches didn't.
There's a theme here.
What's Taylor Swift's song? Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. so I'm yelling at these guys all game long, and he goes, Barney, you're up. Now, first of all, I never thought that I would have a coach in the National Hockey League that didn't speak English.
Right.
That was not on my bingo card, watching Hockey Night in Canada growing up. And I'm like, Ivan, F you. He's like, no, Barney. He thought he was being nice.
Yeah, he's trying to
give me a shift.
give you
I'm
a
like,
shift.
Randy,
I'm not going up there now.
Randy, it's going to take a crane to get me on that ice. You see those 4 guys? I go on there, I'm not coming back. This is going to be a 4-on-1, and I'm not looking at it. So I actually, after the game, I saw Craig Patrick, who was our GM. I'm like, Craig, love you, thank you, you're amazing. I love the team, love the city, but would you mind like trading me because my career is going to dwindle here? He's like, absolutely. Traded me to Tampa. And that didn't work out either. Torts didn't like me. Then they traded me to New York.
That is wild. One thing I want to go back to, you created the first viral moment for this podcast. I think is that fair?
That's very
Razor,
fair.
Very fair.
There's no question.
Yes.
No
I think I know where
question.
we're going.
You think
Barney.
I know where we're
Well
going?
played.
Okay, yes.
Well played.
So
Well played.
let's call this the Ozune well played or not. But for anybody who hasn't seen it, I highly recommend checking out the conversation we had with you. But we asked you about your experience with Dominik Hasek.
Yeah.
Douchebag. And greatest goaltender ever, in your words, but wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire.
Yeah.
First words.
Yeah.
Now you've had a couple of years.
And if I ran out of piss, I'd use saliva. And I try to miss them.
But so based on that, the amount of people that I've had react to that comment that has gone viral online, Razor, you've had people that talk about that, Commie,
No
people
question.
Bring it up.
No
and
question.
so I'm sure people bring it up with you. What have your colleagues said? People who've played, how are they like, hey, that is foul, or my God, thanks for speaking up. Well played or not, Barney?
Yeah, you know what? Like the Maydays of the world, the Rob Rays of the world, a lot of people in Buffalo, because if we go back, I retired 18 years ago, played in Buffalo last in 99, but I lived there as well. So I once threatened him in Sports Illustrated issue. But going back to there, I do events, Alzheimer's and heart and stroke all around the country, and they've seen that viral moment, that clip, and they're like, did you really hate Dom? Is he really that bad a guy? The answer unequivocally is yes, he is that bad a guy. Greatest goaltender of all time. I'll stand by that. Anyone can have Martin Brodeur or Patrick Waugh, and I think you have those loyalties when you win a Stanley Cup as a goaltender.
Yeah, sure. For sure.
Cam Ward, I don't think he's best of all time, but you're always going to have
he
that
was very
bias.
good. He's my big.
Yeah.
That's my quarterback.
But if you're under Brodeur or you want a cup with Waugh, I understand it.
Yeah.
6 Vezina trophies, this guy. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. And a hard worker. I can't take that away. Just treat people, just because you're an athlete, you make a lot of money, and you're in, like, that guy's a star in Czechoslovakia. Like, that guy in Czechia now. I get the bias if you won a Stanley Cup with Marty Brodeur. I get it if you won it with Patrick Roy and you think they're the best goaltender of all time. Listen, it's just a personal thing for me that he is the best. 6 Vezina trophies. To me, by far the best that's ever played. If there was one game, what I saw from him, but as a person, no, he's not a good person. Like, we had to force him to sign autographs at the end of the year. He's like, I just signed 2. I'm like, sit the hell down. Razor would come in, Maisie. We have charities. Like, we need 10 things signed, and kind of force him to. But he didn't want to do it. He's just not a great person. That's the easiest way to put it without going too far in depth. But I can
Did teammates agree? Like, when other people, like, because he's played around.
Yeah.
He played around 20 years
like,
or whatever.
Rob Ray knows I hate him.
Yeah.
Brad May knows I hate him. Derek Plant knows I hate him. I'd say everyone that wasn't Czech
Yeah.
didn't like him. Now, some people tolerate him or won't say it publicly.
Yeah.
That's just not my style. My mom always told me, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it or say it right to their face. Right. And
Yeah.
I'm going to say it, so I'm going to say it right to your face.
Might as
If
well
I don't
do it
like
to
you,
his
I'm
face.
going to tell you right now. And it's like, there's guys that I've had things out with them, and they'll shake their hands like 20 years later. I'm like, don't shake my hand. You don't like me. I don't like you, so why pretend?
Right.
Let's just walk away or just avoid each other. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just not in my DNA. But we can go back to, like, we used to have a robe. There was a robe for the fighters. Our trainer, Jim Pizzatelli.
A what?
A robe.
Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a boxing robe.
Like a boxing robe. Yeah,
boxers come
sure.
in and
Yeah,
they got their
yeah,
robe, their name, and their number. It was a big deal for the fighters. Like, Val James from the Miners had one when he was called up. Razor had one. Brad May had one.
Yeah.
Dominik got one as a goalie tender because he was so damn good. So
Sure.
Sports Illustrated did this thing on the robe, and I led the league in penalty minutes the year before with 335. And they were talking about this robe, and I wanted to get a robe. So they did a Sports Illustrated thing, and they're holding me, Brad
Yeah.
May, and
Remember that
Dominik
picture.
Hasek in his weird face, because you never know what's going through that mind. Trust me, there should be a movie on him, and it's Hannibal Lecter. Like, that's the movie. Like,
Yeah.
just call it Dominik Hasek, and he's like holding like the robe on a stick. Now I had my shirt off, so I did like 100 push-ups before the
Get all
thing. My arms
pumped
are
up.
jacked, and I got little arms to start with. But I look jacked. Girls are going to see this, right? So I'm like, yeah. And so they did this thing, but then they did a full article with me, and I said, I'm going to run Dominik Hasek in training camp because I don't like him. It was on my team. And this is the best goaltender in the world. So this comes out, our whole family, what? Our GM literally comes down, and in summary, he's like, he brought it in, he's like, what are you doing? I said, you know I hate him, right? And I hate this dude. He's like, he's your goalie. I said, he faked an injury against Ottawa in Game 3 for the series. Steve Shields comes in and plays great. He chokes Jim Kelly, our writer, who I loved, who's 65 years old, chokes him because Jim Kelly wrote that he saw him running out of the rink in Ottawa with Frank Musial going to a bar. All true.
And he was supposed to be hurt.
And
Yeah.
I cannot play. Yeah, we know you cannot play because you don't want Teddy Nolan to do well and you want him fired. And John Muckler kind of pitted them both against each other. So, yeah, I said I was going to run him. Now, little caveat to the story. GM comes down. I had 43 points that year. It's not quite like you're 29. Again, 43, we're probably not winning the Stanley Cup.
Right,
I got
yeah.
43, but we
I got it.
we did have
Yeah,
Dominik
good year.
Hasek. But the GM comes down. He's like, Barney, what are you doing? I said, you know I hate him, and I'm going to run him. No problem. He goes, you can't do that. He goes, how about? And then the president comes down, Doug Moss. How about you had a $50,000 bonus for 50 points, but you missed the last 7 games? He goes, how about you don't run them, and we give you your bonus? No. I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Business decision.
Yeah. Okay. That seems like a pretty good deal.
Deal. Done. Cash that check. Probably go to Bahamas. New set of golf clubs. Hey, get the
Thanks,
wifey a
Dom.
purse. Thanks, Dom. That's perfect. So first scrimmage, I'm against him, and I go to the crease and I slash him right on the hand. Lindy Ruff loses mine now. I threw my skate through the TV the year before because me and Razor, and we just called our whole team a debacle. And I slashed him. He blows the whistle, and he comes flying in. He's like, you said you weren't, I said I wasn't going to run him. Never said I wasn't going
to
to
two-hand him.
But for 50 grand more,
I won't two-hand him again.
I won't slash him. So they literally kicked me off the ice. I go in the room, and I had already asked to be traded in the summer and move on and all of that. But it took me another year and a half to get traded from there. So long-winded story. Yes, I still wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire.
Real quick, I want to wind this down, but
Yes.
we had touched on this when we were chatting off camera. But I forgot that you got moved before that Sabres Cup final. Is that, like, is there an extension to what you were just talking about that comes from that? Because you said, we were talking, you said, there's a story there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like that whole year, I'd asked that year was 98, that if we go back a year.
Yeah.
So this happened in 98, the training camp thing and all that.
Because the Senators series is 97, where Hasek has the whole incident with Jim Kelly, the reporter.
Yeah.
And now here we are into 97, 98.
So that happens.
Yeah.
So now I don't like him, right? Now I don't like him. Now I've already seen him the way he treats people and all that. That was side. Kind of looked past it a little bit, but he was just a rude person. Going to 98, training camp, this is when this happens. So that whole year 98, I'm battling with Lindy Ruff. I'm asking to be traded. I threw my skate through our TV. Remember the big, thick.
Yeah. They weren't flat screens.
We're talking 1990s televisions were still a different.
I don't know if you remember Dixon Ward, but Dixon Ward, like, I'm losing my mind. And he's like, Lindy's like, what do you want? I go, I told you, I want to be traded. He's like, go upstairs. I go, I have. I've went up 4 times. Dude. What do I have to do to get traded? Anymore. So Dixon literally, I'm getting dressed and going upstairs, and he's literally sitting in front, looking at the TV. It's just a skate right in the middle of it.
Come on.
And
he lodged it.
No, he just went and sat like he was pretending to watch TV. And then he's like, you're going to pay for that TV. I go, I will when you trade me. Pretty simple. So go through that whole 98 year. I'm expected to get traded every single week. Come to trade deadline. Doesn't happen. They trade Jason Daw instead. He never wanted to be traded. They traded him. So they come to me. They're like, "Hey, we're not trading you. Do you want to play or do you want to sit out? But if you're going to play, you buy in." I was like, "Yeah, I want to play for my teammates. Like it's nothing with my teammates. Just one guy essentially. But if I get on the ice, I'm going to play hard." Now I didn't have a good year that year. I think I had 5 goals and 20 points. A couple injuries come. We play Montreal first round of the playoffs. Not a big deal. First ever hat trick on Mother's Day.
Wow.
Nice. First and only, I should say. First and only, and one was in an empty net. But yeah, another, score that, have a great run. We get to the conference finals. We lose to Washington. Had 13 points in 15 games in the playoffs. It was a really good run.
Yeah.
But at the end of the year, they come to me and they're like, extension, or you want to. I'm like, no, I told you guys, I still want to be traded.
Yeah.
Great run, awesome.
Yeah.
It's time. So much has happened here. I think it's time for me to go somewhere else. So, again, next year, 99, I get traded in March to the Pittsburgh
Penguins. Yeah.
It was either Pittsburgh, Boston, or Calgary, or Tampa too. Ended up being Pittsburgh for Stu Barnes. When you get traded to a team, you always want the other guy to play like crap, right? It's like breaking up with your ex. You want her to date a guy that makes less money than you,
and ugly,
smaller wiener than you, and fatter than you. Those are the 3 things. Now, my ex-wife married a guy a little older, worth $5 billion, and I haven't seen the other part. I don't plan to. But, so a little jealousy gets in it. So Stu goes there, and he doesn't score for 15 games. I go there, I score on Dom first game a week later.
Oh, that must have felt good.
I'm jumping around like I scored my 76 as a rookie like Solani. I'm like, 6th goal of the year, in March.
Yeah.
And so Stu goes there. I'm a fan favorite in Pittsburgh. Love it there. But I had an awful coach. We'll get to that another day. Kevin Constantine, another horrible human being. But yes, they go on a run in the playoffs. We play Toronto second round. We lose to Toronto. They play Toronto in the conference final, and they beat them. Now they're in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
We had already traded Brad May. My best friend and Rob Ray was still there. But Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, or Game 6 Stanley Cup final, me and Brad are in Buffalo. We're in a suite, and we're watching that game.
You're at the game?
We're at the game in a suite.
Okay.
Now we are, it's overtime.
That game went late.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly did. Yeah, we weren't drinking singles either. And it gets going. Now, everyone's going to say no goal, and I think if you look at it, it probably is a no goal. I say it's a goal.
Of course. I was going to ask you a question that answered it.
Can you imagine? Now, Brad May's different. He never has to get traded. Okay, they traded for Jeff Sanderson for Maisie. What a steal. What a steal. The 1 goal, Mayday goal, but we got Jeff Sanderson, who's a great player. But me and Maisie are up there. And can you imagine asking to get traded from a team?
Yeah.
And they win the Stanley Cup 3 months later?
That would stink.
That would stink.
That would.
And you were in the building.
And you're in the building. I can't believe you were in the building.
In the building. But it was Game 6.
Yeah.
It was Game 6, so they couldn't win it that night.
Oh,
If we went to Game 7.
Okay.
we
Yeah,
won.
okay. Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
fair enough.
there, and everyone's like, no one knew what really happened. And me and Maisie, you could hear a pin drop in that building.
Yeah.
And me and Maisie are like, hugging each other. We go to
Thank
the back.
God.
We go to the back of the suite. We're like,
Quietly
we're
just
just
shaking it.
fire pumping it. We go to the bar that they all go to, and we're like, tough one, eh, boy? Just unbelievable. We got so drunk. We were so happy. We walked to our tea time the next day. At like 8 in the morning, we left the bar and walked to our tea time. Oh, we had an unbelievable, yes. It's a goal. I love Brett Hull. I love Brett Hull. I hate it for the city of Buffalo, hate it for the guys, but listen, again, you never ask to get traded and hope another team does well.
I really hope I hope things go really well for them once I'm gone.
Yes.
I feel like we once again have only scratched the surface. But thank you so
agree.
much for doing this.
Yeah, thanks, Barney.
Love you guys. Love you
Ottawa
guys.
613. We're just cut differently. There you go, Matthew Barnaby.
I got
Thanks
a
so much.
613 tattoo because I always
that.
forget. I got concussions. So I'm like, what's my number? 613. Got to put the rest of it on.
That's amazing. I never noticed that before. He is Matthew Barnaby for Commie, for Razor. I'm James Cball. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube page for Ozune. This is the Clearing the Crease podcast, powered by Ozune. Well played.